Hi everyone, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, July 12th through Sunday, July 18th. There's a storm going on here right now and I couldn't wait any longer to do this. I hope that my power stays on, but if you hear thunder and lightning and whatever in the background, just ignore it please. Anyway, there are four major aspects this week. On Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer trines Jupiter in Pisces. On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo conjuncts Mars in Leo. Very nice transit for everyone. Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer trines Neptune in Pisces. And on Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer opposes Pluto in Capricorn. So, for Aries, on Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer in your 4th house trines Jupiter transiting in your 12th house of Pisces. So your 12th house is your house of secrets, house of behind the scenes actions by you or anyone else. It's your house of charity, dreams, actually your subconscious mind, many things here, but having Jupiter here, even just for this brief period, it will move into Pisces fully at the end of December, but at the end of this month, it's moving back into Aquarius. But while Jupiter has been here just for like the past few months, you may have gotten some kind of secret ally in your life. It could be a family member, since planets are in your 4th house of your personal life, your family life, your home. There's, probably someone at least. It could be a relative, but it could be anybody that may be helping you a little bit behind the scenes that no one really knows about. I don't think it's a big secret, but it's not like something that you throw out there in mid-conversation, guess who's doing this or that for me. And they could even be helping you like financially or something. But that's something that continues. This trine from Mercury and your 4th house means that maybe you are going to let somebody in on a little secret. And it could be a family member that you're telling this to or someone that you live with. On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your 5th house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your 5th house. So this is your 5th house of romance, and you've got the romance planets, Venus and Mars, in your 5th house. I'd have to say this is a fairly romantic day for you, and if it isn't, I don't want to say it's your fault, but you should try to do something with it. If you wanted to make a move on somebody or whatever, this would be the day to do it, okay? And if you're already in a relationship, again, you may want to keep it alive, more or less. So don't take someone for granted right now. It would be a very good day to do a just because. I called you or texted you or sent you a regular, everyday physical card in the mail just to let you know that I'm thinking about you. Okay, if it's not romance in your life, this is also the house of creativity and fun, gambling, sports, games of any kind. So you could have success in one of these areas too. For creativity, it would be like maybe a little bit of an aha moment where you finally put a finishing touch on something that you're already working on, or something, an idea comes to mind where you're going to start some kind of creative project. And this is also a day to have fun. Okay, so something like that. Try to use the day as best you can. On Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your 4th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 12th house of Pisces, along with Jupiter, right? So there's still something going on here that is going on behind the scenes, possibly behind whomever's back. It could be like your whole family. It could be somebody that you live with. But these are all very nice aspects. These are trines that you're getting to your 12th house from your 4th house of your personal life and family, whatever, your home life. So maybe you're doing something to your home or your living arrangement that is going to be better for everyone in the long run, not just you. And maybe because we're going to back up here a second for that Venus conjunct Mars in your fifth house. Your fifth house is also children. So maybe you're planning some kind of surprise for your child or children or someone else's children, even if, if you don't have children. On Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your fourth house opposes Pluto, transiting in Capricorn in your 10th house of career and your reputation, how you're known professionally and personally by reputation, how people view you and speak about you publicly. But this is your career, but it's how you're known. And Pluto's been here for many years now, so your reputation has changed in a lot of ways, has given you an awful lot of power in some respects, or you are respected, and you have changed the career that you have. You've added to it in some way or other, or took away, let's say, like an unnecessary step, but you've changed your line of work for everyone, okay? Who knows, maybe you're a union boss or something, or you unionize people, whatever. But somewhere in these past so many years since Pluto has been here has given you a lot of power to change things, not just for you, but for large groups of people. Pluto governs the masses, okay? Now, this Sun opposition in your fourth house of your personal life and your family just means that kind of there may be something going on at home, some kind of minor crisis maybe, that you have to take care of and put your career on the back burner for a while. Someone may not like it if you work for someone else. That company or that person may not like it. If you're self-employed, a client may not like it, or who cares? Who cares who doesn't like it, right? It must be awfully important for you to actually put your job or your career on hold for a minute to take care of something. Your personal life is important, far more important than any job, I would have to say. Okay, so for Taurus, oops, wrong paper here. Here we are. Got these papers everywhere. Okay, for Taurus, on Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer in your third house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 11th house of Pisces. So your 11th house, where you also have Neptune transiting along with Jupiter, is your house of sociability. It's social media even, but it is actually physically going out and socializing with your friends, or attending some kind of event, like a live, go to see a live band or something like that, or hang out at a bar or a club where you would normally go. It's also your house of organizations that you belong to, and dreams, hopes, and wishes. Okay, now trine from your third house, where you have Mercury right now, means some kind of communication, I would have to say, simply for the fact that Mercury governs the third house of communications and short distance travel. So you may even take some kind of little trip on this day, or do, like, I don't know, maybe like one of those walking tours or something with a group of friends. Or if that's not the case, if you're not getting together with friends or socializing in any way, you're still more than likely going to hear from someone, a friend, but because it's also in the third house of, like, your neighborhood and your neighbors, your siblings, your cousins, and even people you went to school with. It could be any of these people, but I would have to say you may get in regular postal mail some kind of good news that gives you the opportunity to move forward in some kind of goal or whatever that you were trying to reach. It could be email too, any form of communication. On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your fourth house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your fourth house. So this is like romance occurring in a home setting. Okay, your fourth house is your house of your home and your family, but it's actually where you live, where you physically live. You could be making all kinds of changes here as far as beautifying the place. You know, as long as you have Venus here, it's usually when you want to do things like get new curtains or lay carpet or tile or something like that, spruce up the place. But having Mars here also gives you a lot of physical energy to like do some big time projects on your house or wherever it is that you live, some kind of changes that you would like to make there. So if it isn't romance, it's something creative, like beautifying your surroundings. But I would have to say that you know, this is a romantic dinner or something, or lunch or whatever, and it's either at your place or their place. Okay, so if you're not even seeing anyone right now, you just never know. You know, you may run into that. The fourth house is also your childhood. Okay, and because you have planets in Cancer in your third house of school, like early school, okay, grade school up to like senior high, okay, you may run into somebody from your childhood and end up spending some time with them or something. Either they invite you over to their place, or you go over, they come over to yours, or it could even be someone from an old neighborhood where you used to live. On Thursday, excuse me, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your third house trines Neptune, transiting in your 11th house of Pisces. So again, you know, you had the trine from Mercury to Jupiter. Now you've got the Sun to Neptune. All good news. All of this is very, very good news. It's something, though, as far as the trine to Neptune, just kind of means that your new people, possibly even, that you're meeting, and especially those like since like May, okay, or whatever, since Jupiter has moved briefly into this area. It will move here fully at the end of December, but right now it's moving back into Aquarius at the end of this month. So someone new may have come into your life, and you're viewing them as somebody that's opening your eyes to all kinds of possibilities, but a little bit of spirituality is mixed in there. So they are teaching you something or other, teaching you how to do something that makes you more serene. Okay, let's put it that way. On Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your third house opposes Pluto, transiting in your ninth house of Capricorn. So this like isn't too bad. Both of these houses are communication houses. The third house is like local and local travel. Ninth house is long distance communications and long distance travel. So I would have to say there's some kind of communication going on here, more than likely by phone, whatever. If it is long distance, that someone seems to be trying to convince you of something. I do have to say the ninth house is also legal matters and many other things. So someone could be trying to force you or make you feel that you should do this or that in regards to a legal matter, but it's more like it's them benefiting. I mean, if you are your opponent, let's put it that way, your opponent may try to I don't know, I don't want to say be aggressive towards you, but they're just trying to convince you to do something their way, even if it is to end this legal matter or something, and they're being rather pushy about it. But I really, it's, you know, this thing will pass, this transit will pass, so I think I probably just would like take it with a grain of salt if I were you. Okay, for Gemini, on Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer in your second house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 10th house of Pisces. So this is a very nice transit. Mercury in your second house of income and how you earn your money means that that's up for discussion right now. Of course, if you're negotiating some kind of raise or a fee or something like that for whatever it is that you do, this would go really well at this time. Having Jupiter here just briefly in your 10th house has given you a lot more support for whatever your livelihood is. Has given you more opportunities to expand in some way or other. However, Neptune is also transiting here at the same time, so you have to not go overboard and profess to be able to do this or that, give yourself attributes that you really don't have, or wing it, you know what I mean? Because sooner or later it's going to come back to bite you, okay? So you have to be very truthful about what you're able to do and what you're not able to do as far as your career goes. Okay, on Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your third house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your third house. So these are the love planets. They're in your third house of your local area, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your everyday life, the places that you would go and the people you would encounter like through the normal course of the day. Okay, so if you're not already involved with someone, you could actually, I guess, run into somebody while you're moving about your own neighborhood or doing a little bit of traveling in your own area. If you are already involved with someone, this is like a fairly romantic day to do something like in your neighborhood or their neighborhood, something that's going on, some kind of picnic or fair or outdoor live band or something like that. But this is a very nice time to, I don't know, go to a park or something, or a public pool or whatever. But this is the time to have fun. But this is very, very romantic. And because it's occurring in your third house of communications and travel, I would have to say if you're not doing any of the things that I just mentioned, you may get a very romantic text message, phone call, or voicemail, or even some kind of regular card, an actual card in the regular postal mail. If that's also, well, you could also write something very romantic at this time, or say something very romantic to someone at this time, okay? Or be on the receiving end, so it goes both ways. On Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your second house trines Neptune, transiting in your 10th house of career. Okay, so we're back to, again, talks of money and how to, bring in more income or up your rate of whatever. If you do charge a fee, you have to make sure not to go overboard. We're back to that aspect on Monday with Mercury trine Jupiter. So, you're at this time though, you're pretty down to earth, I want to say, as far as when I was saying that you shouldn't give yourself attributes that you don't have, or say that you're able to do something when really you're not, or you haven't even tried it yet, but you will, or something like that, as far as your career goes. So this is one of those days where you're a little bit more truthful with how much you can do, or what it is exactly that you can do in your career, and what your worth is. Your own self-worth is one thing, but if you're discussing money, okay, and what you're worth, obviously you're gonna say you're worth what you truly feel you are. So just again, just don't go overboard, because of that Jupiter is still there. On Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your second house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 8th house of Capricorn. So these are both money houses. Having Pluto in your 8th house for a long time now, this is also the house of regeneration, rebirth, and things dying off and being reborn again. So in a lot of ways, you may have done this with yourself somewhere along the way. It's kind of gradual. I don't see this thing happening overnight. So you're not at all what you were, let's say, 10 years ago, maybe. But anyways, this is the house of other people's resources and money, and also shared money and shared debt and property. Okay, so if this is in regards to a partner, they may be holding something over your head. Okay, Pluto is a power planet. This is a planet when it's in wherever it is. There's someone, either you are trying to rule this area in your life or someone else is. So there could be someone at this time trying to yank your chain, pull strings even, but trying to yank your leash or whatever, as far as how much you're allowed to spend, what is yours, what truly belongs to you. If you share, let's say, a bank account or credit cards or property, something like that. So it just could be something going on with someone in your life that is just suddenly, drawing the purse strings closed, and they're like, that's it, no more for now anyways, this will pass. Okay, so it's just that day. Ask another day. For Cancer, on Monday, July 12th, Mercury in your first house in Cancer trines Jupiter, transiting in Pisces in your ninth house. So a very nice place, actually, having Jupiter here, even as briefly as it has been. It will be moving back into Aquarius at the end of this month, but having Jupiter in your ninth house of long distance travel, and Jupiter is the natural ruler of this house, opened up a lot of possibilities here for you. And both of these planets are travel planets, Mercury and Jupiter. Okay, so maybe you are making some kind of plans to travel somewhere. It would be nice if it were a foreign country or long distance in some way or other, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. If that's not the case, maybe you are actually leaving for a trip even on this day. And also the ninth house, though, is the media house, publishing, the internet, higher learning, it's knowledge of any kind. Having Neptune here with Jupiter at the same time, and I'll get to that one on Thursday when this other transit occurs. Anyways, you could be thought of as, or say or write something that's published. It could be even that you say or write this in social media that is like really kind of heavy or something. Okay, people could start to think of you as this very spiritual, guru-like type person. Okay, on Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your second house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your second house. So these are the love planets in your second house of income and money, how you earn your money, what you own that is valuable, your own personal values. It's also the house of hidden talents. Okay, I would have to say that it's probably a birthday thing. It's some kind of really kind of big gift. Venus conjunct Mars, okay? Venus here in your second house is attracting things to you, like Venus ruled objects, like art or something like that, anything beautiful. Music even, okay? And Mars here is a very physical planet, very active. So you could be on the receiving end of a really, really nice gift, okay? And I'm saying for your birthday, but it could be for whatever reason. But you could also be really energetic in creating something that will eventually bring in money. Okay, maybe this is a new source of income, but it's Venus related. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's very artistic, very beautiful, or something or other that it could be anything. It could be something that you actually physically create that you can touch, or it could be something that you write, or whatever. Okay, but this is a very creative transit for you, especially in your second house. But again, we're back to the whole money thing, and it does mean that yes, you're gonna go for that go grasp that what, brass ring, gold ring, whatever. You're very set on increasing your income in some way or other. Okay, on Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your first house trines Neptune, transiting in your ninth house of Pisces. So this is what I meant about this whole spiritual guru type thing. This just enhances that in some way. You are being, let's say, thought of or talked about even as a very down-to-earth person, and a person who's, let's say, like a good listener, gives good advice. Even maybe you have a little bit more experience in a lot of areas that other people haven't. So actually people could even be coming to you for a little bit of advice on something. On Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your first house opposes Pluto transiting in your seventh house of Capricorn. So Pluto's been in your seventh house of partnerships for many years now. So a lot of changes have been going on here. You've had to deal with someone or something like an entity. It could even be like an institution of some kind, even like the government or something political, who knows, that keeps you under their thumb. They keep you in place, in check. It's like you have to check with them first before you're allowed to do anything. So you have a very controlling person in your life, possibly, okay, over the years. And it was worse when Saturn was here. Now Saturn's gone, but the Pluto is still here, so you still got this person or this entity still, trying to call the shots here and everything. And that's what this is. This is an opposition from the Sun in your first house to whomever or whatever may be trying to pull something like this on you right now, and it just won't work, okay, because it's not like you got used to this, but you learned how to deal with this person or whatever, and now you'll be done with them soon enough. Pluto will be moving into Aquarius in a few years, so you won't even have to deal with something like that. So right now, you're not really up to dealing with anybody. You'll just put them in their place and leave it at that. Okay, so you triumph here is what I'm saying. Okay, if anyone tries to pull something like this on you. For Leo, on Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer in your 12th house trines Jupiter in Pisces in your 8th house. And you know what? Also on Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your 12th house trines Neptune, also transiting in Pisces in your 8th house. So you have these really nice aspects, a trine from Mercury to Jupiter and a trine from the Sun to Neptune in your 8th house of other people's resources and money. It's the house of money coming to you through means other than earning it, like through a insurance payout, settlement, legal settlement of some kind, winning it through some kind of contest, taxes, refunds of some kind, insurance payouts, though, all kinds of stuff. This is the house of banks and credit card companies, anything. Could be an increase in credit even. But whatever's going on, it's happening behind the scenes, okay? Because that's where you have Cancer. Cancer on your 12th house is the house of secrets and behind the scenes occurrences and actions taken by you or someone else. While these planets are here, the Sun and Mercury makes you a little bit of an investigator in some way or other, trying to find out anything. Not that there's any kind of whatever going on that you need to know and you have to keep it secret. It's just that around this time, you're doing stuff in a way you're preparing for when planets move into your first house. So any other time it would be like your downtime, your time of solitude and spending time by yourself or at home. But we've been doing that for like over a year now, so I would think that you'd probably want to get out there and do whatever. But you could be on the receiving end or sending end of help in some way or other. You could be lending someone money or giving them money or giving them access to something that you own that they need to use, or you're on the receiving end of this very thing. But this is a secret, okay? For whatever reason, maybe neither one of you want anyone to know about, the the arrangement, more or less. But it's also a time, though, too, where you could have an increase somewhere along the way. Okay, like maybe this is the house of legacies, okay, and inheritances. So maybe someone has left you something. If it is money, that's wonderful. But anything that money or anything that's coming to you right now, you're keeping it a secret for one reason or other. Maybe you just, maybe it's not a good idea if other people know because maybe they feel that they should have gotten this very thing, okay, that you are also getting. It could be coming from, work or a friend or whatever, but that's probably more than likely why it's a secret, okay? Because everybody thinks that they're do the same thing that you are. You know what I mean? It's not always the case. Okay, on Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your first house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your first house. So these are the love planets. They're in your first house and they're in conjunction. So what do you think that means? Huh? Yeah, it's a pretty romantic day for you. Either you are on the receiving and sending end of romance in some way or other. You may even just have plans for this day to get together with whomever it is that you're seeing, or if you're married or whatever, to spend some kind of special day on this day. It's a time for, to me it looks like actions more than conversations. But you could actually tell somebody something, you're like true feelings about them if you're just finally expressing them to someone. But I'd have to say you're probably on a lot of receiving end of compliments and just people hitting on you, whatever. Just because having Venus in your first house does attract this kind of attention. So let's hope it's attention that you want. Right? Now, if you're not really into like romance or whatever, this is also a very creative transit. So it would be a good idea to start something at this time, some kind of project, or if you were already in the middle of working on something, to pick it back up again and finish it, because this kind of brings about the final thing that you needed in order to complete something that was missing as far as a creative project goes. Okay, so on Thursday, July 15th, you do have the Sun in Cancer in your 12th house, trine Neptune in your 8th house of Pisces, but I already covered that. Okay, on Monday with those other with the other transit of Mercury trine Jupiter. But on Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your 12th house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 6th house of Capricorn. And your 6th house is the workplace and your co-workers and the kind of work that you do. That's what I mean about maybe something going on at work and you benefiting in some way that maybe your co-workers aren't. And that's why whatever is a big secret. When we have the aspects, the trines from your 12th to your 8th house. Okay, earlier in the week. So it's also a time, though, this is an opposition where you could find out something that has been going on at work. It could be about a coworker, a boss, the company you work for, some kind of changes that have taken place within the workplace that maybe you were unaware of, or they were just thrust upon everyone, This is occurring in like your house of secrets, so it's a secret too, even, that you have found out something that's pretty, I don't know, could be like a pretty big deal. Pluto is a very powerful planet that likes to rule everything and everyone. So that could be something, going on with something like that. There could be somebody at work or anyone in your life, okay? Because the 6th house is also your everyday life, but it's the house of service, and it's a house that you help someone uh, whatever. Okay, your 12th house is your house of charity. Okay, so there could be somebody in your life. I call it the 50-50 thing, okay, where you do something for them and they do something for you, and this is out of necessity because you both need help in a certain area. Okay, so maybe you did have some kind of setup like that with someone. And now it's not working out real well for you. In fact, this other person could be asking for a little bit too much for you to do, or something that you hadn't agreed to at all. They just keep piling it on and expecting you to do it. Okay, so this would be a time where you'd be stopping that. You know, you'd be having this conversation with one of those "what the hell's going on" kind of conversations with this people, and put a stop to it. Okay, for Virgo. Okay, on Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer in your 11th house trines Jupiter, transiting in Pisces in your 7th house. And on Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your 11th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 7th house of Pisces. So we've got these very nice aspects from your 11th house of friends and acquaintances, places where you would normally go to hang out, any kind of organization that you belong to. It's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes, but it's like your most sociable house. So if you're not physically going out anywhere, you are still possibly online socializing in some way or other. And your 7th house, where you have Neptune and Jupiter transiting right now, is your house of partners, close relationships. It's your business partner, romantic partner, but just someone you're very close with. And since Jupiter has been here just briefly, it may have opened up like new avenues for you, you know, newer people coming into your life to choose from as far as partnerships go. Okay, so this is like a kind of like a continuation of something like that with these trines, that possibly someone has come into your life or is, you know, coming into your life now. Jupiter's going to be moving here at the end of the month back into Aquarius, okay? It's only been here like since May, I believe. But anyways, it will move into Pisces fully at the end of December. But while Jupiter has been here, either someone that you're currently involved with has been a hell of a lot nicer than they have been for a while, or more tolerant, or maybe they're more tolerable for you, okay? But in some way or other, you were possibly introduced to someone that could possibly be a new close person in your life, or they, for whatever reason, doesn't necessarily have to be romantic or business. It's just like a good friend or something. So that just kind of really continues right now, where maybe you meet someone through your friends or through social media, or an acquaintance, or a friend of a friend may even become like really close with you right now and probably into the future. But it's a very good opportunity to bring someone new into your life right now, okay? On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your 12th house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your 12th house. So your 12th house is behind the scenes matters, okay? Occurrences or actions taken by you or someone else. Having the love planets, Venus and Mars, in your house of dreaminess too, okay? Means that you're having some really nice daydreams about someone in particular, or you are actually secretly seeing someone at this time, or you have secret feelings for someone that you're not expressing just yet anyway. You could be inquiring about someone right now. Again, this is all, you know, people that you're interested in. Mars is a very active physical planet, so you're not just like sitting there not doing anything about whatever. Okay, you could be doing all kinds of stuff. If romance even isn't in the picture, you could be in the middle of creating something really wonderful, you know, that you're about ready to spring on the world whenever planets move into Virgo in your first house. But Having Mars in your 12th house does make you act in secret sometimes, but you are very, very active. Now, having Venus here at the same time means that possibly what you're doing is something creative or is romantically, it's romantic in some way, and oftentimes, though, maybe it is just you are helping someone, helping a friend, and you don't really expect anything in return, but you're not really putting it out there for everyone to know about. You're doing something very nice for someone, but you don't need a pat on the back from the world, okay? Let's see here. On Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your 11th house opposes Pluto transiting in your 5th house of Capricorn. So your 11th house, again, of friends and acquaintances, actually going out in public, you know, to socialize possibly. If you're not able to do that, you're still online, socializing in some way or other. Your 5th house, where you have Pluto, 5th house is the house of romance and creativity and amusements of any kind. It's the house of speculation and gambling, children, all kinds of things. But this is the house of parties, okay? So you could actually be in touch with someone, like socially, that rubs you the wrong way in some way or other. In fact, somebody could maybe hit on you that is really kind of pushy or blazing, or, you know, just something that is like a real turn-off for you, okay? Or maybe even, again, you could even attend some kind of party or gathering of some kind around this time and just, like, be really put off by the people that you meet there. Maybe the group as a whole, it just isn't like your cup of tea, and you're wondering why you even went there. Okay, could also be a time, though, too, where when one of your friends or acquaintances has the nerve to lecture you on whoever it is that you're dating, or they want to have you find out that possibly someone that you are dating, or someone that you used to see maybe even, has some kind of criminal element about them. You know, they have a record, okay? And I'm not talking about a song that's like on the charts or anything, okay? That kind of record, a criminal record or something. So maybe you don't want to hear it, or maybe you just don't care. Okay, for Libra. On Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer in your 10th house trines Jupiter transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. And on Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your 10th house trines Neptune transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. So your 10th house is your house of career and your livelihood, how you're known by reputation, professionally and personally, how you're viewed in public, how people speak about you or write about you in public. And your 6th house is your house of the workplace and the kind of work that you do, and your co-workers even. Okay, so I'd have to say, you know, something really nice going on here as far as your career goes. Having Jupiter very briefly in your 6th house here of Pisces, it will be moving at the end of the month back into Aquarius, but it will move into Pisces fully at the end of December. So you'll get this transit again, but just this brief period, the last few months, that it's been in your 6th house may have brought a new person into the workplace, or new boss, new coworker, or something or other, but they were like a jolt of fresh air for everybody. They did not just you really well, but everyone. They did a lot of they either had a lot of experience and they were able to pick up the slack as far as the work goes, or they were just refreshing, you know. Something like that. So there's something going on with possibly, let's say, a promotion. Could be a promotion of some kind, but it's not like a very big promotion. It's maybe possibly you being put in charge of something or other as far as work goes. You are, if you're self-employed, something that possibly you've created, is really getting an awful lot of attention right now. the 10th house is the house of publicity. It's your most public house, so people are noticing you and they're discussing you even. So this could be like the big thing right here. If you are, like I said, if you are self-employed, even if you don't work at all, there's still something that you do that is worth talking about and being discussed publicly, and it's all in a very good way. On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in, let's see here, whoops, Venus in Leo in your 11th house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your 11th house. So you have Venus and Mars, the love planets, in your 11th house of your friends and acquaintances, dreams, hopes, and wishes, any kind of organization you belong to, and where you normally go to hang out. So this would be like the best place right now, excuse me, for you to meet someone, out socializing. You know, if you're not able to go out in person, you're online, okay? And so you may have noticed that you're getting hit on a little bit more than usual when you're on social media. And that this is kind of like why, you know, it's bringing you opportunities to not just meet new people, but possibly even, you know, become romantically involved with someone, not just new, but someone that's already currently in your group of friends. So just an awful lot of very nice things going on here. This is the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes, and having Mars here, a very energetic and physical planet, means that you are really gung-ho about going after whatever it is that, you know, you want, some kind of goal or other. And Venus here just kind of means that, you know, you're having an awful lot of cooperation in getting it. In fact, maybe even your friends or any kind of organization that you belong to is helping you to achieve this very thing. Okay, on Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your 10th house opposes Pluto transiting in your 4th house of Capricorn. All this means is, you know, for just a brief period here, your job, you may have to put your personal life on the back burner, or your family life, or take care of something that's going on within your job. It's a little bit more important at this time. And, excuse me, the people you live with or whatever, or your home life, they're going to come second, just on this day. You know, not like forever. It's just on a day like this, but maybe someone you live with or your family doesn't like it. They feel that you shouldn't have to go into work, or you shouldn't have to drop everything to take care of something that possibly someone else that you work with could easily take care of. But for some reason, they're calling you at home and bothering you to do it. Okay. For Scorpio, on Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer in your 9th house trines Jupiter transiting in Pisces in your, where am I here? 5th house, yeah. And on Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your 9th house trines Neptune transiting in your 5th house of Pisces. So you have Mercury and the Sun in your 9th house of like long distance travel and communications and all kinds of things. Higher learning, media, publishing. It's an internet house. These very nice trines to your 5th house of romance, creativity, speculation, children, any kind of fun, amusements of any kind. Just means that possibly, maybe you do have a long-distance romance going on right now. Maybe you're making plans to get together in some way or other. Either you're going to travel there, or they're traveling here, wherever you are, you know. But having Mercury in your 9th house it's a big communication house, so maybe this is just in the discussion phase, or maybe one of you actually is right now traveling to see someone that you're romantically involved with. The 5th house is also the house of creativity, though, too, so it could be something creative. Maybe you're collaborating with someone and you are either getting together, or there's just some way that you're doing this, possibly online, collaborating online if you're not able to see each other in person. Ninth house is also legal matters, though, so you could be looking into copyrights and trademarks, things like that, you know, as far as publishing or getting anything that you have created, you know, legal, make it legal. So it is yours, you know, but there's all kinds of really nice things going on here. And to me, if you're not doing any of these things, it's just some kind of, let's say, long distance communication in regards to romance. I'd have to say romance. On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your 10th house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your 10th house of career. Your outer persona, how people speak about you and write about you even publicly. It's how you're known by reputation, professionally and personally. And having Venus and Mars here, you know, I'd have to say that you could be thought of as some like, well, a real catch, but like a real ladies' man or a woman that just, you know, men die for. Or, you know, drop dead gorgeous woman, you know, right now, okay, with Venus and Mars here. So don't let it go to your head. This won't be every day. Just possibly on a day like this, that people, when they do speak about you, they're, you know, they could be like going on and on about your sex life or something. Like that's a topic of conversation all of a sudden, you know, that they may be talking about you in other ways, but for some reason I think that might be the focal point. And just how popular you are. As far as your career goes, though, it's also does you kind of like put you in a better eye with your colleagues and maybe even a higher up. This combination brings about a really bold kind of outlook as far as people, when they look at you, this is what they think. Maybe that you're kind of like a sexy person, but having Venus here at the same time softens it and makes you approachable, not somebody that you know, that like people just dream about and that's it. That's as far as it would go. They would never even think of approaching you in one way or other. So that very nice aspect. Okay, on Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your 9th house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 3rd house of Capricorn. And these are, the 3rd and 9th are travel and communication houses and media houses and many, many things. And I would have to say, possibly, you know, the 9th house is the house of legal matters. 3rd house is one of the houses of contracts and stuff like that. Somebody could be all, you know, upset about something or other as far as a legal matter goes in regards to you. Maybe they want you to make a new arrangement or agreement or sign some kind of contract, making whatever legal or making it stick. If that's not the case, you could be receiving some kind of phone call that tries to manipulate you in some way into thinking, changing your mind, trying to possibly be a little bit aggressive in doing just that, trying to get you to change something. Okay, it's you know, just this one day. It's very fleeting. So if you have to deal with anything like that, even if you get regular postal mail that sounds threatening, I just wouldn't pay too much attention to it. This will pass, and it's probably someone just like fishing, even though it could be legal. There could be someone just trying to get you to, you know, jump through hoops or whatever. See how far they can push you, okay, to get you to do something their way, when it's probably not in your best interest anyway. But I'm sure you already know that. Okay, for Sagittarius, on Monday, July 12th, let's see. Mercury in Cancer in your 8th house trines Jupiter transiting in Pisces in your 4th house. And on Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your 8th house trines Neptune transiting in your 4th house of Pisces. So this is very nice. 8th house, okay, where you have Cancer and the Sun and Mercury right now, is your house of other people's resources and money. It's money coming to you through means other than earning it, okay? It's inheritances, legacies, insurance payouts, legal settlement payouts. It's prize money, winning from, possibly gambling because of your sign. You roll gambling. All kinds of stuff. But it's the house of, again, other people's resources. So if you needed to borrow something at this time in order, let's say, to do something to your home, okay, where you have the sign of Pisces. Fourth house is your home life, your actual physical dwelling, wherever it is that you live. It's your family, the people you live with. So there's, possibly something that you may need to, let's say, borrow in order to complete something on your home. Or the 8th house is also the house of loans, bank loans, period, but it's also credit cards. So maybe you need, let's say, like an increase in credit in order to buy something that you need for your home. But it's almost like, if you needed help or from someone at this time, this would be a good time to actually ask for it. But you don't necessarily have to. It seems like if you apply for some kind of help on your own, not like go to a person where, like, talking about it, let's say like an institution of some kind, like a bank or something like that. But if there was some way that you needed financial help, or again some kind of supplies or something like that, this would be the best time to do that, to ask for it or apply for it. On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your 9th house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your 9th house. You have the love planets, Venus and Mars in Leo in your 9th house of long distance everything, okay? It's the house of foreign anything, foreign people, foreign countries, long distance travel, possibly to another country or like far, within your own country, but far away. Okay, it's also the house of publishing and media, legal matters. It's an internet house. Many things. Higher learning, knowledge of any kind, spirituality, and religion. But I'm going to have to go with the romance thing just because these two planets are here. Okay, so I would have to say that you are more than likely either already involved in a long-distance romance or one is maybe about to occur. Something or other is happening in your life in another part of the world, possibly. Okay, so this just enhances that very day. Maybe it was leading up to this, or maybe it actually starts on this day or around this day with this conjunction. But it looks like you're going to be involved with someone, even if it is just on social media, who lives at a distance. Okay, and it can be just friends. It doesn't have to be romance, but it more than likely may end up that way. Okay, on Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your 8th house opposes Pluto transiting in your 2nd house of Capricorn. So these are the money houses again, the 8th and 2nd. Having Pluto in your 2nd house for as long as it's been means that in many ways, especially now even having the planet Uranus in your 2nd house of the kind of work that you do, in many ways the way you earn a living has changed over the past so many years, let's say 10 years or whatever. And it's been kind of gradual maybe, but it's been more than likely out of necessity. Okay, so the Sun in an 8th house of even creditors, okay, but means that somebody possibly, okay, 8th house is also jointly held debt, jointly held property, jointly held bank accounts even. So if you own something or other with someone else, this could be a time where they could really try to either get it off of you completely. Let's say if it's property, they want this property, and who knows, that they would have to pay you off, right? You're not just going to hand it over, but who knows, maybe that's what they expect you to do. or if you share credit cards or a bank account with someone, this could be up for grabs right now. You know, they could even be just, I don't know, wanting to get you to agree to spend money on something or other, okay? Or some bill could come in from out of the blue that is like ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. You know, they're asking for way too much money. It's probably not even legitimate. So it's something to look into before you part with your money, okay? On anything. Okay, so for, excuse me, Capricorn. On Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer in your 7th house trines Jupiter transiting in your 3rd house of Pisces. And on Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your 7th house trines Neptune transiting in your 3rd house of Pisces. So your 7th house is your house of close relationships and partnerships, like business or romantic. Cancer is your opposite sign, so this time of year is when that's like your focal point, your close relationships. Sometimes this is when they're up for discussion for some reason or other, and this seems to be actually going pretty well on these days. Okay, your 3rd house is your house of your everyday life and the people and places you would encounter throughout the normal course of the day. So this is your neighborhood, your neighbors, siblings, cousins, big communication and travel house. So maybe your partner, whomever it may be, romantic, let's say, is doing something with you in your own area, or is meeting people, family members possibly even, and it's going over, excuse me, pretty well. If it's business related, maybe you are scouting some new place to set up business, or checking out the other businesses in the area to see how well they're doing, even checking out possibly like zoning rights or privileges, whatever. Excuse me. Or you could just possibly be planning or actually taking on this week, on these days, like very short trip, okay, an overnighter or a weekend trip to do something, but it looks to me like it's something fun, not just like traveling for business. Even if you do travel for business, it's still going to turn out to be fun, something fun. On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your 8th house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your 8th house of other people's money and resources. Money coming to you through means other than earning it. This is the house of refunds, increased credit, insurance payouts, legal settlement payouts, winning money through speculation possibly, but a contest of some kind. So having these planets here means that possibly someone is giving you access to whatever it is that they have. And I'd have to say, because these are the love planets, it's possibly someone you're romantically involved with. Okay, if you're married, it's your spouse. Your spouse is giving you a little bit more access to whatever it is they have. You more than likely have jointly held accounts, but you may also have separate accounts. So it could be something like that. You could be on the receiving end of something very, very nice. It doesn't always have to be money. Okay, because like I said, this is resources too, so that could be anything. But it looks like somebody's giving you access to something that could be pretty big, but it's something that you need, or you may have asked for. Maybe you didn't even ask for it. Maybe they just know that you need this very thing, and they are just going to give it to you, not even just lend it to you, they're going to give it to you. Okay, on Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your 7th house opposes Pluto in your 1st house of Capricorn. So this is just like, you know, the partner, okay, your 7th house again, just acting up a little bit, trying to manipulate you and trying to get you to do whatever it is they want. Okay, it could be anything. It could actually physically trying to get you to do something that, go here, go there. They wanted you to go with them or something or other and you didn't want to go, whatever. Or they could actually be trying to get you to think differently, to change your mind about something. But this is usually a very pushy kind of manipulative transit, and it'll pass. So don't worry about it too much. Okay, for Aquarius, on Monday, July 12th, Mercury in Cancer in your 6th house trines Jupiter transiting in your 2nd house of Pisces. And on Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your 6th house trines Neptune transiting in Pisces in your 2nd house. So your 2nd house is how you earn your money. It's your income, how you bring in money, okay? Your 6th house is the workplace and the kind of work that you do. So I would have to say that there's an increase here somewhere along the way. Just because you have Jupiter here, even though it's been very briefly here, just for like a few months, it's moving at the end of this month back into Aquarius, into your 1st house, which is really good. So, but it'll eventually move into Pisces fully at the end of December. So you're going to have Jupiter here again. Okay, so right now there's an opportunity for you to either take on extra work, a new possible side job, or something that you've done on your own. It could have been some kind of hobby that was something you did for fun, in the past. It could even go all the way back to when you were a kid. But you started to do this again. It could even be because of the pandemic and maybe being stuck at home or whatever. But you've probably gotten some really nice feedback on whatever it is that you're possibly doing. And now you are earning money from it, or about to, or trying to make it your main source of income, your main livelihood in some way or other. But if that's not the case, in some way, wherever it is that you work, it's your co-workers, the kind of work that you do, and even the building that you work in, it's helping you in some way. One of these people or the place where you do work is helping you. Okay. On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your 7th house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your 7th house. So you have the love planets, Venus and Mars, in your opposite sign of Leo in your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships. So I'd have to say this is probably really romantic for you on this day, at least, okay? Just having like the sun here and whatever planets in Leo, brings your focus to that area where it's transiting. So your close relationships are, kind of like a source of never-ending conversations right now. Even if you don't feel like dealing with something like that, it's there, It's there and it's going to be there. So Venus and Mars together, though, are very nice. Mars is very aggressive, but Venus softens that aggression in some way or other. So somebody could make a pretty bold move right now, or you could be the one making the bold move as far as romance goes. But it won't be viewed as being bold. It will be viewed as being really romantic. So if there was something that you wanted to say or do with someone that you have the hots for, or you're already like involved with, or even your spouse, to spice up your love life a little bit, this would be the day to do it. Okay. On Saturday, July 17th, the Sun in Cancer in your 6th house opposes Pluto transiting in your 12th house of Capricorn. So again, we're back to the workplace, okay? But your 12th house, where you have Pluto transiting, is the house of secrets and actions taken by you or someone else behind the scenes. It's the house of the subconscious mind, dreams, all kinds of stuff. It's the house of charity, though, too. Okay, so you could have possibly been all this time, Pluto's been here for a while, helping someone, let's say, who's in a nursing home or some other institution where they're confined, like prison even, okay, someone who's in jail. And maybe that's not something you let everybody know about. It wasn't any of their business anyway. So, and anything, whatever, like this, that you've been involved in, it is more or less, you're keeping it a secret, even if it's not necessary to keep it a secret. You just, yeah, you don't feel like having to explain yourself to anyone. And in fact, Pluto is in late degrees of Capricorn. Okay, so if you're born in like the earlier days of, excuse me, Aquarius, you're probably already feeling this transit begin to happen because Pluto is about ready to move into your sign in like the next few years. And it's a very powerful planet. And when it's in your sign, you're really going to notice it. Okay, so right now, it being in your 12th house of even the subconscious mind, it is altering your mind in some way or other, or your dreams, your psychic ability, all kinds of stuff is going on there. It's like you can see the wheels turning, but you can't see them. But they're in constant use. Your brain is in constant use, okay? In fact, it might not even shut off sometimes when you wish it would. So, excuse me, you could have already guessed that whatever may occur at work or with a coworker or with your company was already going to happen. So a lot of things probably don't surprise you sometimes. But somebody could make some kind of move in the workplace. Not necessarily against you, just period. And it affects maybe not just you, but everyone you work with. Or it affects the kind of work that you do or where you work. Okay, now these are also, 6th house is the house of health. It's the house of service to others. Okay, by that, I always use the example, it's a 50-50 thing. And what this means is, you do something for someone who needs help in some way, and they do something for you because you also need help. Excuse me. And this is like done out of necessity. Okay, so it works out. It's a 50-50 thing. However, somebody, if you do have this kind of an arrangement, could be really trying to take advantage of you right now. Okay, and in fact, you could find out that what you're doing for them is something they could have had, they either did not really need help with, or they could have had someone else easily do it, but they didn't want to bother them because it was easier to bother you. You see what I mean? It could be a couple of things, but it's only for this day, so don't worry about it too much. For Pisces, on Monday, July 12th, let's see here, Mercury in Cancer in your 5th house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 1st house of Pisces. And on Thursday, July 15th, the Sun in Cancer in your 5th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 1st house of Pisces. So having the Sun and Mercury in your 5th house of romance and fun and entertainment of any kind, and parties, amusements, gambling, children, creativity, all kinds of fun stuff going on here. And creating trines to your 1st house of your personality and everything means that you're really, whatever it is that you're doing, even if you're just doing it for fun at this time, it's really bringing out like the best side of you. This is also the house of things like dance and theater, like the arts. Okay, so if you didn't dance before, you may feel like doing something like that just for fun, but it's really doing you a lot more good than you ever thought. Okay, the same thing with theater. You may decide to take up something like that, even not just go to see a play, but to become like an actor or take up something on those lines. Okay, this is, Jupiter has been here just a few months. It's moving at the end of July back into Aquarius, into your 12th house, but in December it will move into your sign again and will fully stay in Pisces. So this was to just like give you a little bit of a taste of what it was like to have Jupiter in your first house, and it should have opened up new areas for you, expanded your personality in ways that you needed. You were due, you know, to wake up, you know. You were interested in this or that how many years ago? What happened? You never did it, you know. Maybe now you are. Maybe that's what you're doing, and it's actually very much fun, and you can't understand why you waited this long to do it. Okay. On Tuesday, July 13th, Venus in Leo in your 6th house conjuncts Mars in Leo in your 6th house. See, we have the love planets in your 6th house of the workplace. Okay, your co-workers, the kind of work that you do. It's the house of health, the house of service, and the house of small pets. So I have to say, I wouldn't be surprised if you got a new pet at this time. But, you know, excuse me, Venus and Mars together in the workplace means kind of that you may be having a work-related romance going on right now. If that's not the case, you are doing something creative at work. Even if your job is not creative, there's something that you're doing there that beautifies it in some way or other. You could also be in the mood to, like if you do work for someone else, you are still possibly creating your own like side job or something or other, and it's something excuse me, sorry about that, very whatever it is that you're making, okay, in order to say like possibly sell, or a service that you are creating that you do for others. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, sorry. It is luxury related, okay? It's something very beautiful, but it just oozes luxury. So, you know, whatever it is, it could be your own line of handbags or something, or jewelry, or cologne, perfume, or something or other. Excuse me, but it's really, really, again, luxurious. Okay. On, sorry about this, Saturday, July 17th, okay, the Sun in Cancer in your 5th house opposes Pluto transiting in Capricorn in your 11th house. So the Sun again in your 5th house of fun and romance and everything, directly across from your 11th house where you have Pluto, your 11th house of dreams, hopes, and wishes, your friends and acquaintances. It's your most sociable house. It's where you would normally go to hang out. It's any kind of organization that you belong to. I would have to say that you may attend some kind of party or gathering or something or other that's fun, something that's supposed to be fun, and run into someone, maybe an old friend, but it could be just anyone, where you could actually have like a conversation with them that is kind of I don't know, I want to say catty, possibly. You could just run into someone that you know at one of these places while you're doing something fun, and they're just not like a very fun person. In fact, they're the type of person that tries to manipulate you, okay? So they could be, you could even just run into someone and they try to convince you something about a friend that you both know. You know, it could be a little bit gossipy, it could be anything. But it's not like a very big deal. You'll just, you know, take it with a grain of salt, whatever it is that they tell you. It's a time when somebody may try to convince you of something. This could even happen on social media, okay, that someone is trying to change your mind about someone or something, but more than likely about someone, okay. So I hope everyone enjoyed their astrological forecast for this week. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay, and click on the little bell there. You'll be notified each time I upload something. Check out my monthly forecast also, and if you would like to have your personal chart done, There's a link below in the description section to my website, and there's also a link to ask me a question if you would like to have just one thing that you would like to know about, not like the whole spiel. Okay? So, I will see you next week. Goodbye.